Chosen ones, don't worry, God sent an angel to walk beside you in this fight. There are moments in life when the heart feels tired, the spirit feels heavy, and the path ahead appears filled with shadows that seem too large to cross alone. In those moments, heaven draws very close to the quiet cries of the soul, and God gently begins to move in ways that human eyes cannot easily see. This word carries something precious and powerful for the one who receives it with faith, because it reveals a hidden truth about the battle that has been surrounding your life. What feels like a lonely struggle has never truly been lonely, because God has already sent help from the unseen world to stand beside you through every storm. If this truth settles inside your heart with faith and peace, type Amen. The struggle you have faced has not gone unnoticed, even during the long nights when it felt like heaven remained silent and distant. God has watched every moment of your endurance, every tear that quietly fell, and every silent prayer that rose from a weary heart seeking comfort. The chosen ones often walk through seasons where the road becomes narrow and difficult, yet those seasons carry a hidden purpose that only God fully understands. While it may have seemed as though you were walking through this fight without support, heaven has already placed an angel beside you to strengthen your steps and protect your path. There are battles that happen in the visible world, and there are battles that happen quietly in places human eyes cannot reach. When God calls someone chosen, their life becomes part of a greater story that stretches far beyond what they can see in the present moment. That story includes divine protection, heavenly guidance, and moments where God sends messengers of light to stand close during the hardest parts of the journey. The angel walking beside you does not appear with noise or attention, yet the presence of that heavenly helper moves gently through the details of your life. Within the next moments of this reflection, allow your heart to remain open to the comfort God is releasing right now, because this truth carries encouragement for the path you are still walking today. Before continuing, take a brief moment to support this channel by leaving a like on this video, because that small act allows more people who are struggling to discover words of hope and comfort that could bring light into their darkest hours. God understands the weight you have been carrying, and He knows the thoughts that sometimes whisper discouragement into your mind during quiet moments of reflection. There have been days when your strength felt almost empty, yet you continued walking forward even when the path looked uncertain. That perseverance has not been meaningless, and every step you took while trusting God has been recorded in heaven with great care. The angel sent beside you has been guarding moments you never even noticed, gently guiding situations so that harm could not reach you in the way it once tried. Sometimes protection from heaven looks like doors quietly closing before trouble could enter your life. Other times it appears as unexpected strength rising inside your heart when circumstances tried to break your spirit. God often sends help that works silently behind the scenes, arranging events in ways that prevent darkness from gaining victory over those He loves deeply. The chosen ones may not always see the angel walking beside them, yet heaven knows the protection surrounding their journey. The presence of that angel means that your fight is not being fought alone, even when circumstances try to convince your mind that you are standing without support. God never abandons the people He calls, and He never leaves His children to face spiritual battles without divine help surrounding them. Every time discouragement tried to surround your heart, heaven was already moving quietly beside you, strengthening the parts of your soul that needed comfort the most. If this truth brings peace into your heart, type 1111. The angel sent by God carries a purpose that goes beyond protection alone, because heaven also desires to guide your steps toward the future prepared for your life. There are moments ahead where doors will begin opening that once seemed permanently closed, and those openings will reveal how faithfully God has been working behind the scenes of your story. The difficult season you walked through has been shaping strength, patience, and wisdom that will become part of the blessing waiting ahead. God's love for you is not distant or cold, and it does not disappear when life becomes difficult or confusing. His love moves actively through every chapter of your life, sending comfort, protection, and quiet guidance even when circumstances seem unclear. The angel walking beside you represents a reminder that heaven remains deeply involved in your journey, carefully watching over the path you continue to walk. Even during those silent moments, God remained deeply aware of every detail unfolding in your life. The angel walking beside you has been present through every step, guarding your path and strengthening your spirit while you continued moving forward with faith. Many people only recognize God's help when a miracle suddenly appears in front of them, yet the truth is that heaven often works through quiet protection long before the miracle becomes visible. There were dangers you never saw, storms that never reached you, and moments where something harmful was quietly redirected away from your life. The angel sent beside you has been part of those unseen moments of protection, gently guiding events so that the darkness surrounding your fight could never completely overwhelm you. God has been preserving your life for a purpose that stretches far beyond the struggles of this present season. There is something powerful about the journey of a chosen soul, because the path of someone called by God often moves through trials that shape strength and wisdom deep within the heart. The challenges you faced were not placed in your life to destroy your spirit or break your faith. Those moments became places where God quietly built endurance inside you, preparing your heart to stand strong even when life felt uncertain. Every difficult step has been shaping the person you are becoming, and heaven has been carefully guiding that process with loving attention. What if abundance had always been influenced by a hidden brain signal, buried in classified records, and never fully disclosed to the public? This frequency is now creating new pathways, attracting opportunities, and reshaping lives faster than expected. Thousands are already using it to draw wealth like never before. Click the link in the description and comments now and activate the money-attracting brainwave today. When the heart grows tired, it becomes easy to believe that the battle will never change or that the struggle will last forever. Yet God sees far beyond the present moment and understands how every chapter of your story fits into a greater purpose. The angel walking beside you represents a promise that heaven is still involved in every step ahead. This fight will not define your entire life, because God is already preparing seasons where peace, healing, and restoration will begin to replace the weight you once carried. There were moments when your strength surprised even yourself, because you continued standing while circumstances tried to push you towards surrender. That strength did not come from your own effort alone, because heaven was quietly breathing courage into your heart during the moments when you needed it most. God often sends comfort through unseen ways, strengthening your spirit so that you can continue walking even when your mind feels uncertain. The angel beside you has been part of that quiet strength, helping you move forward when everything around you seemed heavy. The truth is that heaven understands every tear you tried to hide from the world, and every silent prayer you whispered when your heart needed comfort. Nothing about your struggle has been invisible to God, and nothing about your pain has been ignored. The love of God reaches deeply into the hidden places of the soul, where human words cannot easily express what the heart feels. His care surrounds your life with tenderness, guiding you gently even when the road feels unfamiliar. Chosen ones often walk through seasons where the world does not fully understand what they are experiencing inside their hearts. The journey of faith can sometimes feel lonely, because the battles happening within the soul remain invisible to those around you. Yet heaven sees those quiet battles clearly, and God responds by sending help that walks beside you through every challenge. The angel accompanying your journey stands as a reminder that you have never truly faced this fight alone. Your life carries meaning that reaches beyond what you currently see, and God is carefully shaping a future that will reveal the beauty hidden inside your present struggles. The difficult chapters you walked through have been strengthening your compassion, deepening your faith, and building a heart capable of encouraging others who may face similar storms one day. God often prepares His chosen ones through seasons of testing so that they can later become lights of hope for many people walking through darkness. If this truth fills your heart with renewed faith and courage, type 1212. There are blessings ahead that you cannot yet fully imagine, and those blessings are being carefully prepared through the process unfolding in your life today. God never wastes the pain His children experience, because He gently transforms those experiences into wisdom and strength that will guide future steps. The angel beside you continues walking faithfully, ensuring that every moment of your journey remains protected within the care of heaven. Sometimes the greatest miracles happen quietly over time rather than appearing suddenly in a single moment. God often works slowly within the heart, healing wounds that were formed during painful seasons and restoring peace that once seemed impossible to recover. The presence of the angel walking beside you is part of that gentle process, bringing unseen protection while your spirit gradually finds new strength. You may not always feel that heavenly presence in obvious ways, yet its quiet influence remains constant around your life. There will be moments ahead when you look back and suddenly recognize how many times God protected you without your awareness. Those realizations will fill your heart with gratitude, because you will begin to see how deeply heaven has been involved in guiding your path all along. The fight you have been facing does not define your future, because God has already written chapters of joy that will follow this difficult season. Your faith has carried you through days that once felt impossible to endure, and that faith continues drawing heaven closer to your life. The angel walking beside you is a living reminder that divine help remains near, even when circumstances try to suggest otherwise. God's love surrounds you with patience, compassion, and unwavering care, and that love continues shaping your journey every day. There will be moments where peace begins to replace the weight you once carried, and hope will quietly rise again in places that once felt empty. The chosen ones are never abandoned during their struggles, because heaven remains faithfully committed to their journey from beginning to end. Every step you take forward continues bringing you closer to the season God has prepared for your life. Even if the road still feels uncertain at times, the presence of divine protection remains constant around you. The angel sent to walk beside you continues guarding your path, ensuring that the fight you face today will not steal the future God has lovingly prepared for your life. Many people imagine angels only appearing during dramatic moments, yet heaven often sends help in ways that are gentle, patient, and deeply personal. The angel beside you has been working through quiet moments that may have seemed ordinary on the surface, yet those moments carried unseen protection. When something harmful tried to approach your life, heaven quietly redirected events so that danger never reached you in the way it once intended. When discouragement tried to settle inside your thoughts, heaven whispered courage into your spirit so you could keep moving forward. God understands that the fight you have faced has not only been external, but also deeply emotional within your heart. There were days when exhaustion seemed stronger than hope, and nights when your mind replayed worries that refused to rest. Even during those fragile moments, God remained close, gently surrounding your life with compassion and care. The angel walking beside you has been strengthening your heart in ways that your eyes could not fully recognize. Chosen ones often walk through seasons where the storm appears to last longer than expected, and those seasons can test patience in ways that feel overwhelming. Yet God never allows those storms to remain without purpose, because every challenge carries seeds of growth hidden within it. The strength rising inside your heart today has been shaped by the trials you endured yesterday. Heaven has been building resilience inside you that will become a blessing for the future waiting ahead. A concealed brainwave once stored in classified files is said to ignite strong prosperity. In just 7 minutes, you can unlock the switch in your mind that draws abundance like a magnet. Click the link in the video description and comments below to activate your hidden wealth wave right now. There is something beautiful about the way God prepares His children for the chapters that are still unfolding in their lives. Sometimes preparation requires walking through difficult seasons that stretch the heart and deepen faith beyond what once seemed possible. Those seasons are not punishments, and they are not signs that God has turned away. Instead, they are part of the gentle shaping process that prepares chosen souls for the greater purpose resting ahead. The angel beside you has been witnessing your perseverance through every step of this journey. Heaven has seen the moments when you refused to surrender, even though circumstances appeared discouraging. God treasures those moments because they reveal the quiet strength of a heart that continues trusting Him even during uncertainty. That trust has become a powerful connection between your life and the guidance Heaven continues to provide. There are unseen battles that occur beyond the physical world, and those battles often surround the lives of people who carry a special calling from God. Darkness sometimes tries to surround chosen individuals with confusion, fear, or discouragement. Yet Heaven never leaves those attacks unanswered, because divine protection stands ready to defend the people God has called. The angel beside you represents that protection, quietly guarding your life while you continue moving forward with faith. Your journey has not been random, and the struggles you faced were never meaningless accidents scattered across your path. God has been weaving every moment into a larger story that will eventually reveal how deeply He has been guiding your life. There will come a day when the pieces begin to connect, and the confusion of past seasons will slowly transform into understanding. When that moment arrives, your heart will recognize how faithfully Heaven protected you through every stage of the journey. Even now, God continues preparing the path ahead with loving attention. Doors that once seemed impossible to open will begin moving in ways that surprise you. Opportunities will appear that align with the growth and strength your heart has developed through past challenges. The angel walking beside you continues guiding those moments, ensuring that the path prepared by God unfolds at the right time. If your heart receives this truth with faith and comfort, type 2020. God often moves quietly before a breakthrough appears, arranging circumstances in ways that human understanding cannot fully explain. There are seeds already planted in your life that will soon begin growing into visible blessings. Those seeds were planted during seasons when your faith remained steady despite the difficulties surrounding you. Heaven remembers those moments, and God honors the trust His children place in Him during hard times. The angel beside you has also been guarding the peace of your spirit, gently reminding your heart that you are never abandoned in the fight you face. Even when your thoughts became clouded with worry, Heaven remained steady and faithful beside you. The presence of divine protection has been stronger than every storm that tried to shake your life. God's love continues surrounding you with care that cannot be broken by temporary struggles. There are moments ahead where joy will return in ways that feel deeply refreshing to your heart. The weight that once rested heavily on your spirit will slowly begin to lift as God reveals the next chapter of your story. Healing will touch places that once felt wounded, and hope will rise again where discouragement once tried to settle. The chosen ones often experience the greatest restoration after the most difficult seasons. Your life carries a purpose that extends far beyond the battles you have already faced. God is shaping a testimony within your story that will bring encouragement to others who walk through similar struggles. The strength forming inside your heart today will one day become a light for someone who feels lost in their own storm. Heaven often prepares its messengers through experiences that teach compassion, patience, and unwavering faith. As the journey continues unfolding, the presence of the angel beside you remains a constant reminder that God has not left you to fight alone. Every step you take forward continues to move within the protection and guidance heaven provides. Even when circumstances still feel uncertain, divine help remains faithfully present around your life. God's love for you is patient, gentle, and deeply committed to your well-being. That love continues shaping your path with quiet wisdom that guides every moment forward. The chosen ones are never forgotten, and they are never abandoned during the battles that shape their destiny. Heaven walks beside you with care that remains constant through every season of your life. Many times, the greatest help from heaven arrives quietly rather than loudly, because God often works through gentle guidance instead of dramatic displays. The angel beside you has been protecting moments that you never noticed with your physical eyes, quietly redirecting events that could have brought harm into your life. There were days when things changed suddenly, or plans shifted without explanation, and those moments carried hidden protection that your heart may only understand later. Heaven often moves in subtle ways so that its protection blends gently into the ordinary rhythm of life. God's love moves through every chapter of your life with patience and compassion that never fades. There were times when your heart felt close to surrender, yet something within you continued urging you to stand again and keep moving forward. That inner strength did not appear by accident, because heaven was quietly breathing courage into your spirit when you needed it most. The angel walking beside you became part of that quiet encouragement, helping your faith remain alive through seasons that tested your endurance. Deep within your brain is a small area tied to wealth and success, once hidden in restricted studies and classified documents. This newly uncovered frequency is helping people exchange financial stress for ease, and God has led you to see this message at this very moment. Click the link in the description and comments to activate this hidden brainwave now. When a person is chosen by God, their life becomes part of a story that extends beyond what the present moment can reveal. The difficulties you faced were never random obstacles without meaning or purpose. Each challenge has been shaping something beautiful within your heart, building compassion, resilience, and deeper trust in God's guidance. Heaven has been carefully preparing you for the future chapters that will unfold in ways you cannot yet fully imagine. There will come a day when the pieces of your journey begin to connect clearly in your understanding. The moments that once appeared confusing will slowly reveal their hidden meaning. The struggles that felt overwhelming will transform into reminders of how faithfully God protected you through every season. When that realization settles into your heart, gratitude will rise gently as you recognize the many ways heaven guarded your life. If your heart feels strengthened by this reminder of God's protection, type yes. The angel beside you continues walking faithfully because God's commitment to your life has never weakened. Heaven remains deeply invested in the story unfolding through your journey. Every step forward you take continues moving within divine protection that surrounds you with care and attention. The battle may have been intense, yet it has never been greater than the love and strength God has provided to sustain you. God also understands that your heart has carried silent wounds created by moments of disappointment and pain. Those wounds do not remain invisible to heaven, because God sees every place where your spirit once felt broken or discouraged. His love moves gently into those wounded areas, bringing healing that slowly restores peace within the soul. The angel beside you has been part of that healing process, protecting your heart while God quietly rebuilds hope within you. Healing often happens slowly, like the gentle sunrise that gradually fills the sky with light after a long night of darkness. At first, the change may seem small, yet with time the warmth becomes stronger and the shadows begin to fade. God's work inside your life follows that same gentle pattern of restoration. The angel walking beside you ensures that this healing journey continues safely, guiding your heart through each stage of renewal. There are blessings prepared for your life that have not yet appeared, yet heaven has already begun arranging the moments that will reveal them. God never allows the struggles of his children to remain without purpose or reward. The patience you showed during difficult seasons has been shaping the foundation for blessings that will soon unfold in ways that surprise your heart. Heaven often prepares wonderful outcomes long before they become visible in the physical world. The chosen ones frequently walk through preparation seasons, where their faith grows deeper and their character becomes stronger. Those seasons may feel quiet or even lonely at times, yet they carry powerful transformation inside them. God has been strengthening your heart so that the future ahead can be embraced with wisdom and courage. The angel beside you continues guarding this process, ensuring that your journey remains protected while heaven completes its work within you. Even when new challenges appear along the road ahead, the presence of divine protection will remain constant in your life. God never abandons the people he calls, and he never leaves his children to face battles without heavenly assistance. The angel walking beside you stands as a living reminder that heaven continues fighting for your peace and well-being. Every step you take forward moves within the protection of God's faithful care. Your story is still unfolding, and the chapters ahead carry hope that will slowly replace the weight of past struggles. The darkness you once faced will not define your future, because God's light continues guiding your life toward greater peace. The angel beside you remains a quiet companion through every moment, protecting your path while God's purpose unfolds with perfect timing. One day you will look back on this season and recognize how much strength was quietly growing inside your spirit. You will see how the trials you endured prepared you for moments of joy and blessing that once seemed impossible to imagine. The chosen ones often discover that their greatest growth happens during the seasons that tested them the most. Heaven has been shaping your heart with care so that your future can shine with hope. God's love continues surrounding you with patience, comfort, and guidance that never fades. Even when circumstances appear uncertain, the presence of heaven remains steady beside you. The angel walking with you represents a promise that you will never walk this path alone. Through every challenge and every victory, God continues holding your life within his faithful and loving hands. God understands how tiring it can feel when a fight seems to last longer than expected. The heart can grow weary when hope appears delayed and answers feel slow to arrive. Yet heaven does not measure time the way human minds measure it, because God sees the entire path of your life from beginning to end. What seems like a long and uncertain season is often part of a preparation that will later reveal its purpose with surprising clarity. There were days when your spirit felt as though it was walking through a storm that refused to calm. You continued moving forward even when your strength felt fragile and your mind carried questions about the future. That quiet endurance did not go unnoticed in heaven, because God values every step taken in faith, even when the road becomes difficult. The angel beside you witnessed each moment of perseverance and stood faithfully through every stage of your journey. Sometimes, the greatest protection from God happens in ways that remain invisible to the human eye. There were paths that could have led to deeper pain, yet those paths quietly closed before you could step onto them. There were conversations that never happened, and opportunities that suddenly disappeared, and those moments carried protection that your heart may only understand later. Heaven often shields chosen souls by redirecting events that might have caused harm. A 7-second brainwave approach, previously limited to elite groups and stored in classified files, is now available to everyone, and many call it the 30-second miracle. Researchers claim it stimulates a dormant brain center associated with prosperity and blessings. Click the link in the comments below before it is removed from the internet again. The angel walking beside you has been part of those quiet redirections. That heavenly presence moves gently through the details of your life, ensuring that the struggle you face never grows stronger than the strength God provides. Even when circumstances appear chaotic or confusing, heaven continues guiding events with careful attention. The protection surrounding your life remains active every single day. God's love for you is not a distant idea or a temporary comfort offered only during easy seasons. His love moves through every chapter of your life with patience and tenderness that cannot be broken by storms. When your heart felt discouraged, that love remained present beside you. When your spirit felt tired, that love continued strengthening you in ways that your eyes could not fully recognize. Chosen ones often carry a calling that requires them to walk through experiences that deepen their faith and compassion. The difficulties you encountered were never meaningless struggles placed randomly in your life. They became moments where God quietly shaped wisdom inside your heart and built resilience within your spirit. The strength forming inside you today is becoming part of the purpose that will unfold in the future. There will come a day when the weight of past battles begins to feel lighter than it once did. Healing will slowly replace the pain that once lingered in quiet corners of your heart. Hope will rise again where discouragement once tried to settle. The angel beside you continues guarding that journey toward restoration, ensuring that your steps remain guided by heaven. If your heart trusts the protection God has placed over your life, type 1919. The fight you have faced may have seemed overwhelming at times, yet it has never been stronger than the care God provides for those He loves. Heaven does not ignore the struggles of chosen souls, because every moment of their journey carries deep meaning. The angel walking beside you stands as proof that God remains actively involved in your life. That divine presence reminds your heart that you are never abandoned in the middle of a battle. There are blessings that have already begun forming quietly beyond what your eyes can see right now. God often prepares beautiful outcomes long before the moment arrives for them to appear in the visible world.